Hello, everyone. The parrots. I don't know. Rav Nachman told me I should say it's Indian Benegea Tevis Labachei B'Mokum Tchav Lacherim. That's what he told me. He asked me, so I said, okay. I mean, good. Honor. It's Choshev Yidden here. I ain't looking for Tzemach Tzedek to go around the Indian B'Klal. Then, mamish. Yep. All right. In Shulchan Aruch, let me get my glasses. Oh, here. In Shulchan Aruch Cheshem Nishpat, I imagine you guys are learning that. It says like this: a leva that owes two people a yoser money, and he doesn't have enough to pay everyone.
Happy.
So one of them went and grabbed the Tafas Metaltlim Shel Leva for a certain one of the levas, one individual. So he passes the Mechaber passes loy zacha, nothing. Why? Shekol Atevis Lachev Makom Shiach Olav Chev Lachedim. About when he grabs for this person, let's say Reuven, Shimon, Levi, they're all malvus to this guy Yehuda. About that by him grabbing, he's taking away from the other people. The mele, it's nothing. Like on, and he's massive that even if the, let's say Reuven made him a shliach, he told him, "I'm making you a shliach to go grab for me." It's also not good. But then it says also, you see Gimel, that if the Levi himself, the one who owes the money, he told somebody, be zeicha this amount for, let's say, for Reuven, whoever it may be, even though he doesn't, then it's good. He vowed that he is the owner, the Baal HaMamen. So the Mele, he could say, I want you to give this money to this individual. Good. Now, this din, that even if he makes him a shliach, is not so simple. Because we find in the Gemara Bab Metzia, Daf Yud Amid Aleph, the Gemara says like this: Rav Nachman and Rav Chizde both say, "Hamagbia Metzia lechaveirei lo yikana chaveirei." If somebody's walking and he sees a Metzia, and he picks up the Metzia for somebody else, for a friend of his, it's not good. Why? Because it's tevis labachay b'mokum shechav lachedim. Being that when he chaps for a certain friend, his individual, other people lose out. They can't be zeicha anymore in this mitzvah. So that's why it doesn't work. If he wants to take it to himself, fine. But if you want to take it to somebody else, no good, because tevis labachay b'mokum shechav lachedim leikol. Rashi says on right over there on the spot, it's like he's coming himself and he's grabbing for his friend. And being that with his grabbing, he's chav for somebody else, that's why it's not good. Then Rashi says, loikana, because he can't go himself and jump himself and take for a certain person, and the other ones are losing out. And Rashi adds, "May achad shaloi asa eise haneisha shliach litres," being that this malva, neisha means Rashi, it means the one who muns, the malva, being that he didn't make him as a shliach, so he can't grab for this individual.
There's no malva here. This is by a mitzvah.
No. This is by Hatevis Labalchev. Rashi starts like loikana. So Rashi says, he bowed, he didn't make him a shliach. Therefore, he can't grab on his own for this person when he's chalachev. Come to Chais from Rashi befedish, that Rashi learns that if he did make him for a shliach, then he could. Like shliach shalom can make him, then he could. Clock. Taste this, and different Shainim ask on Rashi. Tesis there al Asar. Tesis says like this. Masha Pirish Rashi, when Rashi said that why can't he chap? Because he never made a mashliach, ain't near it. It's not, doesn't look like it. Because we find the Fedish Gemara in Ksubis Peidalud Amid Beis. The Gemara says there was a story, a person whose name was Yemar Bar Choshu. So Yemar Bar Choshu was a malva to a certain individual. So that person, the leiva was nifter, and he left over a boat. So Yemar tells to his shliach, he says, go and grab the boat, for my halva, I should get my money back. So he went and he did it. As the shliach is walking, they meet Rav Papa and Rav Huna Breid of Yeshua. They were also malvis to this individual, the one who died. So they tell him, hey, what are you doing? Where are you schlepping? You're a tefes labached b'makom shchablachedim. You can't grab the boat because you're a tefes labached and it's no good. So, yeah. So, if the Gemara is mamshich that they came, they grabbed it from him, and they took it away from him because they say Al Pi Halacha he had no right to grab the boat for this individual who sent it.
Towards the shlichus, there's no such thing as shlichus. That's what he's saying.
Akaponim,
That's what they say.
You should say that if he made him a shliach, it'll be good. You see, a feidish Gemara doing ksubis that Yemar Chashu made him for a shliach, and nevertheless they passed in boykana feidish ashtake kasher Rashi. Mamish astira tagemara and ksubis. So that's Teish's kasher. In a different place, in Gittin, not the same in Yonim, Tesis asks another kasha on Rashi, besides this kasha. He says, Schia in the Chmitam Shlichus. Zachil Adam, why could a person, why could a person grab for somebody else and he's kind of? Schia mitam Shlichus. So if Schia doesn't help, Shlichus shouldn't help either. Why does Rashi say Shlichus is different? Also, there's a Rashi in Baba Kame that the first asks, Rashi alone in Baba Kame that Ayin says that Tevis L'Malchei B'Makom Shechav L'Acherim. So Rashi says befedish that this guy was a shliach. The Baal is not to himself; it's a shliach. Have a Tevis L'Malchei, and it's not good. Rashi Baba Kame that Ayin himself says that Afal Pi is a shliach. Nevertheless, it doesn't help. Tevis L'Malchei is even by shliach.
What Indian is Rashi talking about there?
That's wegen Harsha. Wegen Harsha. He told him to go grab money for him. And in Rashi, steht dort, that he wants to have it is garnish wert. You can look it up in Ayin Amadal of Rashi was a kid. The Rashi said, "Das Shliach be'almu, we have a contains of Malchei." The Shliach, and the Rashi is contradicting himself. So it is schwer. Well, interessant that the Kseis there with Hey says about it like this. He says he brings from different places that Noishe, that says me'acha shalei asa eisei hanoishe shliach. So he said that we find that if he brings from different svarim that Noishe could mean the malve and it could mean the leiva. Just like Seicher. Seicher means side the meicher, side the keach. He's a Seicher. So he says, same thing as Neisha could mean the. So here he wants to say it actually means Neisha, doesn't mean Neisha, the Malva, but he means the Leiva. As we just mentioned with Shulchan Aruch, that if the Leiva tells them to give this to this individual, then it helps. because he's the Baal HaMaming. The Malva Taki can't, but the Leiva could. So that's what the Ktseis wants to say. But it's a bit so schwer to sagen, it's hard to say why, because the Rashi before, Mamish before, Rashi says clearly Lashon Neishim, and that goes on the Malva. So Mitamo, Rashi later, it'll change, it means the Leiva. Also, Rashi's Lashon, the Osa Hashliach Litfeis. The Osa Habeisha Shliach Litfeis. If it's the Leiva, what's past Litfeis? The Leiva is Balabas, he doesn't have to chop, he tells him, go give this to the other guy. He passed to the Lashon Litfeis if it would go on the Leiva. A Kaparis is sehr schwer, but all Träger in Rashi. What's come up for? What's happening? So we'll try to explain a little bit. What is the Inyan Beklau? We say Schia Betam Shlichus. So we find Teisvus and Gittin and Rashi and Gittin. They say the Lashon. Why is it? Anan Sadi the Nichele the Tevish Shluche. Anan Sadi means we are. Why do we say he's a shliach? If I gotta go, I see something on my own. I want to grab it for you. Why is it? Why is he a shliach? Adan Sadi, it's a lashon like we are 100% sure that he would want him to make it. He should be a shliach. The male is a shliach. Praktik says if them that lachere, this is a stire to the din for new shalom midas. Everyone knows a machlekes sabai v'rove. New shalom midas means if somebody lost something, davar she'ein by simen. But right now he doesn't know he lost it. Well, he's going to find out the pastures. He's going to be Irish. There's no simon. Do we say that the years is already considered like right now, beginning already? Half a year like Rave? The Bob we know when he'll find out it'll be Irish. So we look at it. So when he picks it up, it's already beheter. You could keep it. Or we say no. Being that he doesn't know yet about it, it's years. There was no years yet to pale because he didn't know that he lost it. So lo have a years. Now halacha is like a bay. Everyone knows. Yal kagam. One of the things that halacha is like a bay connected to is years. So how could Fredrik says? How could you say that the Baal, if he would find out, he would want him to be a shliach? How could it help now? We'd say lo have a years, and now he doesn't know anything about it. So how can you say he becomes a shliach now? That's the Ktseis's kasha. The Ktseis is bayich, and he explains that we have to say pshat doesn't mean that chiyah is shliach. A person who's zeicha becomes a shliach. He says, of course, chiyah is a different halacha. You can't say it's a shliach mamish. Plus, mizok ständig, we say chiyah betam shliach means that the same gdarim, the same halachas that shliach has, yeah, right, that we learn out l'mashal ein shlichus for nochri. The Gemara learns it out the condition from gamatem nebris, or we learn out from ish. There has to be a gadol, can't be a cotton. Cotton is not shaykh to shlichus. The same gdarim of shlichus is there by shliach too, but it doesn't mean he's mamash a shliach. The mele, so he answers. So that's not Adan Sadi. It's a bit like deiching, but that's what it says. That's why it has the gdarim of shlichus, the dinim of shlichus, but not that he's a shliach. Years women does not have years. She can't say he's a shliach. He never made him. That is the Ktseis. We could explain it a little better, to bring it down in more ISIS. Everyone knows the Chikira Hayadua in the Inyan of Shlichus. What's the Teres Chiddush of Shlichus on Kamesa? You can learn two ways. You can learn three ways. The Rebbe always speaks three ways, but I'll just go in the general two ways. Other, the Torah was Mechadish, that you don't need the Meshaleach. The Shliach is just as good. The Shliach's Pa'ula is just as good as the Meshaleach. That's one way. In other words, we consider like the Shliach is doing it. He became the Bible about this. Or we say, no, you do need Meshaleach, Dafke. You can't. None of us then, the Torah is Mechadish, that the Pa'ula About he's his shliach. When the shliach does it, it's just like the Mishaleach did it. These are, for instance, the mashal. There's a machlekes, interesting machlekes in the Torah and the Rambam. If a Baal sent a get with a shliach, and in the middle, before he gave the get, the Baal Rachman al-Flan was nishtati, he became a shaita. The Rambam says, Minatayre, nevertheless, it's still a good get. It's just with the Rabban and Apostle, Shalayemru HaSheita Megashim, as Mishnah Melech Taich says. You shouldn't say Sheita Megashim. Minatayre, it's a good get. The Torah writes clearly, in such a case, Einay get. Minatayre. So the Klals explain that this is the Machlekes. The Rambam learns that it's like the first Eifim, that the Shliach became the Bible. It's the Shliach Meise. So Eiba say, we don't care what's doing with the Shliach. Being that the Shliach now is the Bible and he's normal, Minatayre can give it.
Zochen Lodem Shalei B'Fonav. Zochen Lodem Shalei B'Fonav.
So what do you mean so?
It's in the Goreshes.
No, but
that brings Rakis na Eved. The Eved is the Baal we get my shlichut.
A Sheita Kedish Begader sein. Sheita Kedish Begader. Und noch als get, weiß ich, was das Schuss, geeft to the Freu.
But it is, I get from the Heinte gezeichnet ist das Schuss. With all of those stuff. I once saw a case that about Odin of Megarish given about Odin of the Geb Mashtar Shichrut Eved not in Techarote gehad.
Machlekes, it's Schuss of the Eved of the Chevel.
Yeah, it's a Zochen Odin Shalem B'Fonav. So why shouldn't here be a Schuss for the Frui? Because it's also a question.
It's a Sheita, Kedish Megarish, that's not the Indian. I get the Kulam with Achev. I get to the Kulam Achev.
The outdoors have Keder Nichele.
Huh?
I have those Keder Nichele.
It's a Machlekes. The
Yeah.
Mayor says, Chusul Levid, the Rabban say, no, it's a Chevel. You carry Truma, the Chulu, the Mishnah hasn't been getting about it. No? Anyways. So that's what they say. That's the machlekes. I mean, just the derech. So the Fizeh, the Kseit, you can explain like this: that shliches, shitas Rashi, taste is fresh. Shliches, same thing. So the Kseit says the answer is good. That it's not shliches, it's the dinim of shliches. I want to say, yes, that Rashi holds shliches is like the Mishaleach. That's why Rashi holds that if it's the Mishaleach alone, that he could happen like a Shchem Lachedim. Aber Baskia, you can't say he's the Rashi learns it's for that is the Ma'isa Mishaleach, because Mishaleach never told him to do anything. There you could say the other way, that it's the Ma'isa Shliach, but it's also good to help for the Mishaleach. But who's Ma'isa Mishaleach? Al Pizeh, we understand very clear Rashi's Hagdara, that if he makes him a Shliach Vibalt, he's like the Mishaleach himself. He could chap him like Shem Lachedim. Hashem came up by Schia alone, Vibalt, it's not like the Mishaleach does it. He doesn't have the Keich of Mishaleach. Then we say Takim, Makom Shem Lachedim. Rashi says, "Come Bami Elov." He's coming himself. Here we say Shem Lachedim. You can't do it. Now, Tosfos that asks Rashi. From Tosfos, he learned obviously Schia b'tam shlichus mamish. Otherwise, he wouldn't have a kasha if he would learn like the Ktseis. So, what are you going to do with the Indian of Yish Levidas? So, ain't kind of laharich. But I just want to say that there's another shita, abavus the shita in Yish Levidas. Like by mitzvahs lepeil, we paskin that even though I didn't get the shus from him about lulav, I could use because we both when he'll find out the balabas that he nichalei leinish lebevet mitzvah that this person should use his lulav, he'd be masking. So we look at it, Ki'ilu, he's masking already. According to Sanan, the Nakuda is that there's a shifted that only Yish Lemidas we're not 100% sure that he's going to be Yayish. Could be on the side, no, he's going to look for it. If it's something like by a mitzvah, something which is 100% sure, then even Abaya is made that it's good, just like happened before. So I want to say, no, I want to say, I'm saying Mizach, that in Teisvis, who does learn that it's one Indian, Kevin Zuggen that Teisvis holds the other shitta, that if it's something 100% a non-sadi, then for sure we accept Ki'ilu he made him now a shliach. That's what Teisvis asked the Racha why in the comment. Good. Now, I'm finishing up in a few minutes. I don't want to be mad. Okay. Now, Teisvis, the Gemara B'Metzia says, Rabbi Yechanan says, Hamagbia Metzia L'Chavere Ona Chavere. Not like Rav Nachman Rav Chisda. That Teisvis, and getting Rabbi Yechanan alone Paskins Hatev is the Balchev and Makom Shchav L'Acherim L'Ikona. Evazei, why Hamagbia Metzia L'Chavere Ona Chavere. They said, why can't you have L'Ikona Chavere because Tev is the Balchev? Rectasis, dude, Rabbi Yechanan alone says that a Tev is the Balchev. He's like the mucker, it's all did. Why not be able to Chavere? So Tesis answers, Migay de Zachal and Nafshi, Metzia is different. Why? Migay, about if he wants, he has the right to take the Metzia for himself. Right? Migay de Zachal and Nafshi. About if he really wants, he can take it for himself because it's Hefker. He could also take it. Now, shake my Tevis Malchay, when this guy does not owe me money at all, I can't be Zeicher for myself. But you can be Zeicher for yourself. That's why Rabbi Yechanan says, you could. Because that is Tesis text. Now, the Ramban in Bamitzia says different. He brings down Tesis, so I have his blossom here, and he says like this. First, he brings down Tesis tenets, and he says, to me, the whole kasha is no kasha. Why? He says, by Magbia Metzil Chaveda, you're not Chav Lachedim. It's Hefker. No one has it yet. The Balaved already was Miyayish, so it's for sure. It's went out of the Yatzim is Shusvir. Why could the Rabbi Yechanan say you could pick up a Metzia? Because it's not Chav Lachedim. Doesn't belong to anyone. You could consider it only Menias Revach. They could gain a Metzia, but they're not losing out anything. His lesson is every Malda has a Shibut in the Levis Nechasim. So when someone wants to grab it, it's Ki'ilu he's taking away the Shibut of this from the other Maldas. That's called Chalachedim. They're losing out. Metzia is not losing out. Metzia is just they're not be able to pick it up and gain profit. But not that anyone is losing out his money. That is Ramban's teretz. So now, so this is Rabbi Yechanan. Now, what is Rab Nachman by Yitzchak? Rab Nachman and Rab Hizda, they say that even Mitzia you can't. Why? Why? It's only Meniyas Harevach, like the Ramban explained. So we could divide this with what we spoke before. We could say in this alone they're arguing in the Indian of Schia. If Meniyas Harevach is if you could grab or not. So if you learn that you don't say shluchus on k'meisei. You learn like the phrase that it's a special chiddush zachal on shleimefanav. He's not considered like the Mishaleach. Not considered like Mishaleach. Now, if it's then the Torah Mechadish where he could do a schutz for somebody else. But he's not, it's his pool, it's not Mishaleach. About it's a special chiddush. It's a special chiddush that I could do something on my own for you. So we say like only if it's pure, someone is gaining, that's it. But if other people are harmed here, even though they're not losing money, the Torah wasn't mechadish. Another what I'm saying is, if we didn't zochen, is adin of the atzma, it's special chiddush. Afal pi, he's not doing it. You're doing it. The Torah said you can do it. Then we say eloch be'el chidushay. That's only if it's purely a profit for an individual. But if other people now are losing out, they won't be able to. Losing it, I mean by say they can't pick it up anymore because he's going to take it. Then you can't do it. So the mele azikar mevar zayin, that is of Nachman and the Precedents. The mele, they learn that even menias harevach, even though they're not losing, even though it's a mitzvah, you can't. It's still considered chad la'acherim, and you can't do it because this is what they hold in the gather of Skia. It's a special chiddush, so they say the chiddush is only applied when it's purely only a teva for somebody. But if somebody else gets whatever you call it, whatever, you can't do it. He says Menias harevach is nothing. This doesn't matter. Why? Yes, later because he holds no. That Schiya is mamish like Tesis Shit is like the Mishaleach. Mamish like the Mishaleach is doing the Pula. If it's a din of Shlichus like Mishaleach, they say if he's like the Mishaleach, then he has Harevach, doesn't matter. Because if we consider like Bishleime, if it's somebody else is losing out, like by Chayv, like the Rabban says, I'm taking away this guy's Pashat Shibud, the Chulu. Then Taka we say he is like the Mishalech, but he's not the Shalech Atzmedit. But if it's only Medias Harevach, being that he has a Kayach of Mishalech, then he says you could do it. That's how we can explain the.
But if it's the Mishalech, if the Shliach is the Mishalech himself, right? You're saying it's not Mamish the Mishalech, but if he is Taka the Mishalech, then even b'makom shechav lachirim it should work.
Yeah, but
is there anybody who said that?
I'm saying it's even the Mishalech is doing it, but it's part Ashliach. So you could say, being that other people,
is it Mishalech or it's not Mishalech? If it's a din of the Mishalech, then it's the Mishalech.
No, he has a din like the Pu'ulas HaMishalech, yes. But nevertheless, in this inyan, that he's Chav Lacherim, when he's Chav Lacherim,
so if it's Minyas Rebach, then it's okay. No, but I'm saying, isn't there a shita that Shlichus is the Mishalech Mamish?
It's the Hechster Madregas. We
So
say,
then even by Chav Lacherim it would be okay.
It's Pu'ulas HaMishalech, but still, it's Pu'ulas HaMishalech. So the Meila Adab, the more you stabber that he could do it. So we could say, Chav Lacherim, about you're taking away from other people. Here, Afapi is din of Mishalech, but you can't do it because it's focused to Mishalech himself. You fought Kimaisei. We can't understand.
Doesn't the Ktsas use a lashon? The Ktsas has a lashon like Yadai Mamish or something. Yadai.
Kimaisei Mamish in the lashon.
No, he uses. Doesn't he use? Isn't there? Doesn't he say Yadai the Ktsas? Yadai.
Yeah, but all these lashonos can all be used on. I'm saying it's Mishalech nice, but never. You notice the Ktsais who wants to say the Ein Shlich Dar Aveda is because Ein Shlich. Why Tevis Lachay? Because Ein Shlich Dar Aveda.
That's the Pnei Yeshua. That's the Pnei Yeshua.
Yeshua, but the Kseis bringt Shakotai.
But then the Ktsa schlucked them up.
Sagt, wie Baltlich, aber Mishalech, allein ist nicht kein Wede, passen zu nicht durch der Wede. Yeah, okay. But I'm saying we could understand it. It's Take, yeah, Pulas Mishalech. That's why we have to say, what's merit, good. But being that's Chad Lacherim, and it's king, so that here we say you can't. It makes sense. Akopadim, the fees there, we could go back. So we're saying is that who says there's a difference between Shliach later of Nachman and of Chizde? But they learned later Ramban that even in the Yisharevach, so we explained, because Schia is one thing and Shlichus is another thing. Kamizagan, only according to their Shitta, Rashi is saying, Me'achad le'aseh Shliach. Because Schia is and not Shlichus. Ashekit aber l'Rab Yechanan, who learned that even Schia is the same halacha mamish. But Raya Meniyas, not to be explained, Meniyas Harevach doesn't matter. Meniyas Harevach shatish. So the Meile Meniyas Harevach, so according to him, Taka, we bout it's the same thing. Taka, there's no difference whether Shavish live or not. And we bout we paskin la halacha that we paskin Rab Yechanan. So we pass to Rabbi Yechanan. That's why la halacha, everyone, even Rashi will agree that leish no chuv, leish no shluchim. Geht the charap the kasha yet from the taste from Yeva Bakosha. Because dort let the Gemara la halacha like Rabbi Yechanan. Halacha. Al that as they get up the state of Rashi and Baba Kamer, but Rashi is faded by shliach. You could. Even by shliach you can't grab it because that's la halacha like Rabbi Yechanan.
But
That you can also say why Rashi in any other place with Gemara. I tell you, we brought that many times in Shas. Rashi never said the word only here. Why? According to what we're saying is good because here Rashi is going on the sheet of Nachman and Rafizna. According to them, and that gives the explanation that's why Vivaldi is not the Zachin is not the Shliach. So the Mele, that gives the explanation why even Meniyas Harevach and their shit does not, you can't do. The Mele, I think, like, according to what we're saying, that it's only late Rav Nachman of Chizde, came that up Avakasha. The Mele, the Mechaber, gate a fiddle the Shittas Rashi. Atkan. I don't know the style. How often are these shiur in the cloud? You guys have? You learned Ayonis.
Every couple of months we have a guest.
Oh, okay.
No. Twice a week with Rabbi Ga'rlitzki, it's Samach Rosenfeld.
Samach! Wow.